Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to episode 2 of Talk It League. Today we have a very special guest and a good friend of mine over on Twitch. Her name is Widow. She's going to talk about her success in content creation and how she got started. If you're someone new to content creation and you want to ask me any questions, be sure to join us on my Twitch channel at mg_homie. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more Rocket League content.
Hey guys, I'm Widow. I'm a Rocket League streamer and content creator for SSG here with MG Homie. I'm currently doing a 1-year challenge where I stream every day for 366 days. So I'm looking forward to this. You can find me doing the 1-year challenge on Twitch at twitch.tv/Widow. It's just Widow. It's really cool. Or you can follow me on Twitter because I tweet a lot. It's also Widow on Twitch.
The first question I have, I always ask with every new person, is what got you into content creation?
I had really always wanted to get into streaming. So I got into streaming first. Like I think in my youth, I had attempted to, what a save, create a YouTube video or two, but like not seriously, just because it's a craze.
Did you have a YouTube channel before Widow?
Yeah, I like posted one video. I don't know, not like a serious one or anything. And I think I deleted it later, but no, I got into streaming. I was working in marketing.
Okay.
I worked in marketing for about 6 years before I got into streaming.
Did you make the jump straight into full-time streaming, or was it a part-time gig when you started?
Kind of. I did. Like I said that it was going to be part-time, but it just kind of became full-time for me. No, so I'd always really wanted to get into streaming. Not necessarily streaming. I just wanted to get into video game content creation. Mm-hmm. Like some of the first things that I had ever seen of people playing video games and creating content was YouTube.
Right.
It wasn't Twitch. Yeah,
I feel like
YouTube
Twitch is
videos
always,
of people gaming.
It's always secondary to people.
Yeah, like I'd heard of it, but it wasn't something like really serious. And so I created YouTube, or like I'd seen YouTube videos and I had thought about it, but like I was working and it didn't really seem like a jump to work from, working in an office 9 to 5 to playing video games. But I got to a point where I was really, really lonely and I was in a somewhat dark place in my life. And I was sitting at home playing video games every time I got home from a job that I hated anyway. My new roommates who had just moved in with, one of them had been trying to stream for a while and he really enjoyed it. I think he only had a few viewers every stream and he said that he loved it no matter what. He just enjoyed doing it. And so I was like, hey, I'll try it out. And so I had an Xbox. I downloaded the Twitch app on the Xbox. I didn't have a mic. I didn't have a camera or anything. And I just hit going live. I hit going live and, I had like one person stumble into my stream and I realized that I couldn't talk to him. So I went out and I got a Connect and
So your first setup was just the Xbox? Mm-hmm. Just the Xbox, your gameplay and streaming, that was it?
Yeah. So I did that for a couple days. And then I had a Connect, so I had this really weird
I remember. I tried streaming from that 1 or 2 times. And it was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I did that. I did that for a couple weeks. And then I went and leased a PC. And
so you leased your first PC to actually start streaming?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But I knew nothing about PCs, so I just leased a PC that was a gaming PC, and I thought that I'd be able to stream from it.
Right.
And then realized that no, or like stream and game from it, but then realized no, that wasn't gonna work. So I got a capture card for my Xbox and all of that. And then I found Rocket League like a month in.
The Rocket League's been kind of the main game since you started becoming a streamer?
A month in. The first month I never even heard of Rocket League.
What was the first game then?
Injustice.
Oh, okay. So you were into fighting games.
Yeah, I was playing Injustice and Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
And somebody I'd met through a Twitch community. Let's go. Somebody that I'd met through a Twitch Discord community who I'd become friends with was playing Rocket League one time. And I think he was drunk, maybe, or just having a really good time playing Rumble. And that was my first introduction to Rocket League. And I thought it looked stupid, but it was on Game Pass.
And so here you are. How many years later now? 2 years?
2 years, December 7th.
Oh, pretty much full-time Rocket League, right?
2 years in Rocket League, January 8th.
Wow. I gotta ask then, what was your viewership like when you had no webcam and no mic or anything?
So I'd have like 1 or 2, and I think it was because I was like the only person streaming Injustice.
The niche.
So I'd have I'd have one or two people in there, but they would just pop in and out.
Right.
And then I would play Mortal Kombat, so I had like maybe one or two, because they were much bigger Mortal Kombat streamers. And then I played Fortnite a tiny bit.
Oh boy.
On the Connect, and so then I had a couple viewers.
I'm gonna take the blame for this.
3 to 5. And then I found Rocket League, and it just kind of went from there.
A lot of the SSG community and content creators have absolutely blown up in the last, couple 2 to 3 months, right? Your viewerships are just soaring through the roof. What do you guys think it's from? Is it SSG? Is it, I know you guys have gotten a couple of Rocket League raids.
SSG has definitely helped me a lot, but I think for me that my 1 year challenge has just helped me with consistent viewership. And
you are absolutely nuts for the 1 year challenge, by the way. Do you wanna explain a little bit about the 1 year challenge and what you're trying to do?
Yeah, so I'm currently doing the 1 year challenge. That is where you stream every single day for a year. I'm aiming to be the first female Rocket League streamer to complete the 1 year challenge.
As of recording, what are you at right now?
As of recording, today is day 324. We have 42 days left.
I don't want to be, nosy or anything, but I know you have a sub goal as well to do a 2 year challenge.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that because I don't really want to push at it. It was more of a joke because people were asking like, what would you do for a 2 year challenge? So I just threw out a crazy number.
I mean, you've gotten kind of close to that crazy number, though.
I got kind of close to that crazy number once, and I'm okay with never getting that close again. It was great. It was great. But yeah, no, Ranny is my boyfriend. But before he was my boyfriend, he was my roommate. And I was looking for something to do that was a little different than the challenges I'd been doing at the time, because, I'd gone from streaming like 12 to 16 hours almost every day to doing I did the 100-hour challenge the November before, like a year ago.
Right.
Where I streamed 100 hours in a week, and I was just, let's go, nice shot.
Thank you.
I was just looking for something that was next step on that. And, I thought about doing a 120-hour challenge or more, but I wanted something that was more long-term that would push me.
Right.
And I'd been talking to Ranny, and Ranny had been the first Rocket League streamer who completed the 1 year challenge.
Really? I didn't know that.
But he was like, why don't you try that? Because I'd be the first girl.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing I admire about you, though, is you're always challenging yourself. Like all these challenges, whether you succeed at them or maybe you don't hit your mark, you're still challenging yourself. And I think that's what really differentiates yourself between, the other Rocket League streamers.
I try. And the 1 year challenge has definitely inspired some people.
Nina might have started one, right? Not too far after you.
She started one 6 days after me.
Wow.
And she's also killing it.
She is.
No, I wanted something that would push the limits, but also I'm not the best Rocket League player.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, for me, it heavily relies on creating content and making a mark there, because I'm not GC and I'm not champ level, and
You're saying people aren't always there to watch your gameplay.
People aren't always there to watch my gameplay, and there are people who are there to watch my gameplay.
I mean, what's your current rank right now?
This season has been the worst.
Yes, I think for everyone.
I'm very hard stuck diamond 1, diamond 2, and everything.
You're still well above the average rank, though, because I think the average rank right now is gold 3.
Yes. But I spent 2 seasons in champ, so this season has just made me sad.
But I think that question goes into kind of the next one then is how important do you think it is for new content creators to kind of find a niche to fill?
I do think it's important. I wouldn't rush it as a new content creator, though. A lot of people come in every day, and I know they come into all of our streams like that, just asking, what are tips? What are tips to grow?
Right.
What are tips to, starting out as a new streamer? And I say the same thing to everyone, and I'll say it now. Don't worry about growth in numbers as a new streamer. That's not what you should be focused on. As a brand new streamer, you should just be figuring out who you are as a streamer. You should be figuring out what you want to be, what kind of streamer you want to be, because I didn't know any of that when I started. I just kind of went out there, and it took me a while to figure it out. So thank you. I would just recommend figuring out what kind of streamer you want to be. And by that sounds dramatic, but no, it's simple stuff. It's what games do you like to play? People are like, I'll play whatever games, but there are definitely games I don't like to play on stream that I like to play off stream,
Totally
it's
agree.
figuring out what games you like to play. Are you somebody who wants to actively talk to chat? Are you somebody who wants to be focused on high level gameplay? Are you somebody who wants to have a consistent consistent schedule or just stream out, randomly at all of these things. You have all of this time to figure out all of those things before you start worrying about growth. Because until you know what you want to stream and all of those things, you're not necessarily going to see growth, and you're just going to be making yourself sad if in the beginning you're comparing yourself to streamers who've been streaming for a long time. So many people come in and they're like, I want to grow like you. I'm new to Twitch, or I'm new to Rocket League, and I want to grow like you. I want to have these numbers like you. And I'm like, if you're comparing yourself to somebody who's been streaming for 2 years, you're gonna let yourself down.
2 years, pretty
day.
much every single day too. Yeah. That's that is not easy to compete with. Finding your niche kind of comes with time, as it kind of finds you sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I think that finding your niche comes with time and comes with working on it,
Right.
I was streaming for a month before I found Rocket League. And then the first week or two of having Rocket League, I wasn't streaming every day. I still had a job. The first week or two of streaming Rocket League, I was streaming other games as well. I didn't really call myself a Rocket League streamer until a few weeks in, you know what I mean?
Right.
But still at that point, I didn't know what kind of streamer I was necessarily.
Did you think Rocket League would take you as far as it has?
No, I had no idea. Not in my wildest dreams.
So I'm going to ask you a question now then that I haven't asked anyone else yet. What's your least favorite thing about streaming?
My least favorite thing about streaming? Can I give two answers?
Yeah, of course.
One more specific to me and then one more specific to streaming in general.
Course.
So if it was more specific to me, it's hard being a female streamer. But it's especially hard being a female streamer during this 1 year challenge, because I have so many people come in and they'll just try to tell me something I don't know about streaming, or they'll try to tell honestly, the stupidest thing that's the most annoying is at least thrice a day I have somebody come in and be like, there are 365 days in a year, right? And I'm like, yeah, I've been counting wrong for 324. It's just people who always want to know more than you.
Yeah,
that's
they got to get that little bit in on you.
And here's the thing. I am an insufferable know-it-all at times. I really am. But I have never had the balls or the courage to go up publicly in front of a ton of people and be like, you're wrong.
No.
And here's why you're wrong.
But for some reason on Twitch, it just feels like they can do that. You know what I mean?
Sorry,
what's been your favorite experience about SSG then?
The people I've gotten to meet, I think I got to know a lot of the other SSG content creators, but also people who come in because they love SSG, you know what I mean? It helps being the best team in the world.
What's the coolest thing you've gotten to do since being in SSG then?
So again, COVID, dumb. I would love to go to Atlanta as a content creator, but I think the biggest thing I've gotten to do as SSG is I got to participate in a bunch of charity events for Gamers Vote and whatever charity you would pick, for Fall Guys and stuff. I got to participate in a couple of those representing SSG, which was cool.
Yeah, that's been super cool to see you guys all on the Rivals.
It's cool to be able to be I'm representing Space Station Gaming in this, you know what I mean? And I think right now that's kind of our bread and butter of what's awesome at the moment, is getting to represent SSG. And I think a lot of cooler things will happen as restrictions are eased and people can go to places.
So where do you see yourself in the next maybe 2 to 3 years? You think you'll still be playing Rocket League?
100%. I don't think I could ever leave Rocket League. I just want to do big things.
Right.
And I think that has a lot to do with the 1 year challenge. If it gets to the point of a 2 year challenge, I'll do it. I got to think of what to do next.
It's hard to capture somebody. It's easy to get someone to click on you and maybe watch you for a minute. It's hard to capture someone and get them to join a community,
Yeah, and especially on longer streams and things like that, you don't know how many people's first impression were you just not saying anything, or you being angry.
Yep.
Or you responding to a troll, and that's the reason. I mean, I do it,
No, for sure. Every once in a while.
I'll respond to somebody, or I'll have a moment of silence. But I think that's the biggest advice I can give people who have been consistently looking for advice to grow their streams, is to learn how to talk to yourself.
Yep.
Learn how to talk about what you're doing. Learn how to control your temper.
Yep.
Learn how to not acknowledge the things that you wouldn't want to be someone's first impression of your stream. But you're creating content for the people who aren't talking.
Right.
And I think that's a big piece of advice and remembrance, that a lot of people treat Twitch like a TV show.
Yep.
This is people's TV series.
Yep.
These are people's YouTube videos. These are people's, movies. These are people's everything there.
This
They're
is their
people who
wind
just
down.
came in to pop you up. Yep. They put you on the TV or on the iPad or on the phone or on the computer, and they're just sitting back, or they'll be running chores and they're just listening to you through your headphones. So try to keep talking, try to keep the ball moving, try to stay positive. If you feel like you're not, just, you know what I mean? Take a break.
It's practice too.
Take a day for yourself.
It's like anything. You got to practice at it. It doesn't, some people obviously it comes a little more naturally than others, but it's not something that you just can turn on. You gotta train it like anything else.
You can stream for 324 days in a row and still have days where you realize you haven't said anything in 4 minutes and you're just like, oh, sup chat, sorry. I was staring into the void of my existence.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you missed episode 1, be sure to click here and see what Tryhouse has to say about content creation. And make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Rocket League content.